therefore, with deep sadness and regret that I must inform you that according to this new data, flight MH370 ended in the southern Indian Ocean.
The Prime Minister said that new analysis of satellite data shows the plane did fly along that so-called southern corridor as suspected, and its last known position was in the middle of the Indian Ocean west of Perth in Australia.
This came from British investigators from the Inmarsat satellite company. They were finally able to locate the position of Flight 370 deep in the most remote part of the Indian Ocean.
Obviously, for the families, this news is absolutely crushing and heartbreaking. They were called to meetings in both Beijing and Kuala Lumpur before the Prime Minister's announcement was made publicly. People could be heard screaming and crying.
And they received text messages. We learned that they received these text messages from Malaysia Airlines before those meetings.
Malaysia Airlines deeply regrets that we have to assume beyond any reasonable doubt that MH370 has been lost and that none of those on board survived. We must now accept all evidence suggests the plane went down in the southern Indian Ocean.
It was extremely emotional here. There were outbursts. An ambulance had to be called for one of the family members. They finally had at least one answer that officials believe that this plane did go down and is somewhere in the water. What they don't know is why it happened. What they don't know is where those pieces of the plane are. That final answer for these families just left them with holes in their hearts. Even though they knew that it was likely that this was the reality, they had that little bit of hope that this would not happen and that their family members would be found alive.
The attention will turn to the search in the southern reaches of the Indian Ocean.
They have only 15 days left until the battery that sends out the signal to find the flight data recorder runs out. The Indian Ocean has some of the deepest trenches in the world, something like 3 miles deep. So it's not over yet, the search, and it's going to take some time.